On this week's World of Saltwater Fishing, we're going into the backcountry behind Sugarloaf in the fabulous Florida Keys. I'll be with legend Captain Tim Carlisle. It's going to be one great adventure.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing. Big fish don't stand a chance.
So here I was once again down off Sugarloaf in the lower Florida Keys, getting set to fish with a living legend, Captain Tim Carlisle. This is the second episode I've actually done with Tim, and he goes way back. And a living legend is a very accurate description of Tim. He has mastered the backcountry around Sugarloaf for decades. And to top it all off, the guy is a true gentleman and a pure pleasure to have on the boat. We just bond together so well.
I moved to the Florida Keys in 1960 with my dad when he retired down here in the Navy and came from Jacksonville. And I started fishing when I was, I'd say 15 years old. I was taking people in rental boats, fishing right out of Sugarloaf Marina the whole time. I've been there ever since.
It's been about a good, I'd say, year since I saw him last. And just like you ran across an old friend, he said, come on, let's go ahead and get the baits. Opens up the shrimp tank. And there he is culling out the shrimp and the crabs that we would use as baits when we go fishing. Dump all the baits into the shallow water marks live well. We're 100% ready to go. So here we are in the shallow backcountry, a lot of rocky bottom, and it's just amazing how he gets around with that hand and point me in these right directions. It's just amazing in itself. So Tim was leading the way, but also I definitely paid sharp attention to that map on the Simrad too, just to make sure we were both in sync, and fortunately we were.
What's going through my mind when we're up there bone fishing and chumming, I want to make sure that you're on the right side, wherever side you're going to be able to cast at, where I'm not in your way. I try to get it set up where that the wind and the tide are going the same direction.
So Tim loves to chum. He's a let's get right on the fish kind of a guy. All right, I'm going to try to get to this point right there. And if we get there, we start to chum. It's going to take the scent down along that flat and into the channel to pull these fish up. You wait for the bonefish to come in and you make that pitch, let that bait sink, twitch it a little bit, and hopefully the bonefish finds it, and that's exactly what they were doing. Bam.
Bring it back in.
I see still a little piece there, something still toying with the thing.
Fluorocarbon has a refractive index that is nearly identical to that of water.
That's a bonefish.
That is?
Yep. Trust me.
Therefore, as a leader material, fluorocarbon is more difficult for fish to discern, even in clear water where we are fishing. Fluorocarbon has no stretch, which promotes better hook sets, and a hard outer finish, which makes it highly abrasion resistant. Suffix Advanced Fluorocarbon is a softer formulation that is more supple and easier to work with. It retains all advantages of fluorocarbon, but with a bit less stiffness. It does not restrict actions of baits and lures.
I'll walk him down for you, Timmy?
Yeah, just like you're doing, yeah.
I'll walk him this way?
You know what's really something? See how he blends in? He's kind of a dark color?
Yes.
That's because they're in this darker grass. See how he blends in there?
Yeah, I do.
The back of him.
I love that blue tail. You probably have names for all these bonefish back here.
There you go. There you go. See how dark the green it is?
Yeah.
How dark he is in the back? See how he'll blend in with that bottom?
Yep.
You can pull this flat right here and never see him until you're right on top of him. Okay, we're gonna release him now. Keep going.
There we go.
Good job there, George.
Hey, Tim, this is, that's the one thing I like fishing with you, because not only we catch fish, but we get the comedy show with it. It makes a real good day.
Boom, we're on. First bonefish of the day, nice 10-pound braid, light drag. That fish is just running across the flat, trying to get to deeper water, and it's on. That's what we came out here for.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is proudly brought to you by Penn. Let the battle begin. Mako. You'll find them where the fish are. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Mercury Marine. Go boldly. George, we'll be right back.
The bonefish action is heating up. I'm fishing with Captain Tim Carlisle off Sugarloaf in the lower Florida Keys. Before we get back to bonefishing, I'd like to tell you about a little gem we found, the South of the Seven restaurant in Sugarloaf. This place has it all, from seafood to steaks and exotic dishes with a bit of ambience. Chef Paul explains the magic behind South of the Seven.
South of Seven is a locals place. If you want to come sit at the bar next to someone who's fished here for 30, 40 years, have a chance to talk to someone who knows what's going on, that's one of the reasons. But great food, great atmosphere. Our service is definitely top notch, and we just concentrate everything, all the little details. We concentrate on them.
Chef Paul even surprised us with a tomahawk ribeye, which was a big hit. Next time you're in Sugarloaf, make it a point to dine at South of the Seven. You will not be disappointed. And now, let's get back to fishing. And what's remarkable about these flats, and you could equate this and show the parallel between, say, offshore weed lines that we'll try to target for, say, dolphin and other game fish, and the flats themselves. If you're on an offshore weed line and you see no signs of life, no bait fish whatsoever underneath there, it's not going to be that productive of a line. It's best to run out and find some type of weeds that are holding bait or signs of life, because life breeds life. When you see life, the bonefish should not be that far behind. You fish these lively spots.
Can't believe George didn't bring a towel.
Here's our bonefish.
You sure? Sure it's not a permit, George?
If it is, it's a real long, slender one. I'll walk down with you.
Yeah. Let him go? All right, number two. No, not number two, you gotta go, but number two, we got the second fish.
Well, you said we pull another one easy out of there before the tide.
Before it changes. I think we might be able to get one more try.
Oh, well, hey.
One more.
I'm ready.
Okay?
I'm with you.
One more?
One more.
I think one more.
Yeah, one more.
And it certainly didn't take long. Knocked off another bonefish, and then yet another bonefish.
And there was a there was a big lemon shark out there too.
I know, but don't worry. Don't worry, we got enough bait out there. We got that big bait out there, the orange one. Now, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. All the time we're playing around with you, trying to get that line over there, and look what he does.
We just relaxed him a little bit.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful job.
You were right. You said this thing
Another job well done.
Before this tide ran out.
Yeah, as long as this tide was still falling a little, was still coming in. We're gonna turn him loose. Okay, you ready? Yeah, I hope that's the way he wants to go.
That was
beautiful.
Nice there, too.
Beautiful.
Well, the big question, or I guess what worked out in our favor, when I hooked that fish and it started running out there, I thought that lemon was going to be all over. I didn't even see anywhere that.
Well, I was hoping the lemon was gone.
Yeah.
You know, I figured he'd go after that orange over there.
Yes, we thought so too.
Which we were hoping, and not the bonefish. What we were going to do, if that shark was after our bonefish, we were going to have you splash.
Yeah.
Like make a lot of noise, so you could attract them there, and so we could get our bonefish in. We don't really give it.
Just think our underwater guy getting eaten by a shark. I mean, heck, anything to boost the ratings, you know, in this day and age.
The shallow water mark gets its power from a Mercury Pro XS VA 225 horsepower outboard. Available in V6 and VA configurations, the VA Pro XS weighs around 511 pounds. High displacement 4.6 liter block generates powerful torque for quick hole shots in shallow water, strong acceleration throughout its full RPM range, and high top-end speeds. The Pro XS series was engineered for superior speed and acceleration.
The V8 version also comes with a TorqueMaster gear case designed for semi-surfacing, high-speed applications for those brisk runs across shallow waters or open bays. I'm running a 21-inch pitch Mercury Tempest prop.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is proudly brought to you by Simrad. Go with Simrad and go with confidence. Rapala holds the world record for world records. Suffix, always use the best line. Starbright Boat Care Products, blending technology with performance since 1973. George, we'll be right back.
As the bonefish action faded, Captain Tim Carlisle changed course. It was now time to catch a tarpon or two off Sugarloaf in the lower Florida Keys.
And Tim is watching the tides. He says, okay, we got ourselves our bonefish, and let's take a focus on tarpon. He goes, okay, let's go check out some of these residential creeks. A lot of times those fish will be up in there.
Rolling tarpon will eat just as well, but not as a way of watching how they roll. If they're going like this, fast, they're not gonna eat. If they roll real slow and come up and roll, they'll eat.
So as we start to enter one creek, you see the tarpon roll, and he goes, there they are. Something has to eat the live shrimp that we pitched out. That bait is going down. I'm just trying to keep somewhat of a little bit of a taut line to it just to feel. Then I felt the tap, the rod tip goes down, I whine. There's the weight, there's the fish running through the drag. We have our tarpon.
Here we go. Coming up, coming up. How cool is this? Wind down, touch the leader.
Got it.
We thought we got him. All right, little guy, come over here. This is a blast. This is almost like the perfect size tarpon too, you know?
Exactly.
Come around this way.
Yep, go ahead. Perfect hook
Come
up.
back here.
Easy does it there, George.
Oh, absolutely. We got him a leader. He qualified.
Yep.
That a
Beautiful.
beauty? Oh, what a... This is such a thrill. A little tight confines in a canal, almost like bull ring fishing, just like it's a perfect size, manageable, you know?
Yeah. Hooked him right on the top lip where you're supposed to hook him, keep him down in the water.
Yep.
That's it, easy. I don't know if I'm running no more or not because I ain't got a depth finder. I don't have that. And when you grab them,
Yeah.
you put your thumb in their mouth.
Sure, like a bass, largemouth style, right?
Like that. Always push down when he's jumping. People try to pull up, and
Yeah.
what they do, you lose your clamp. You lose your grip,
Okay.
you know?
I love it. All yours.
Ah.
Perfect hook.
Yep. See where he hooked him?
Yes, I did.
Well, I told you, right on the top.
I just saw the line starting to peel out. It was
Yeah.
running straight down. I wound tight, and there we have it. All right, let's let this one go.
Hold it, fella. There he is.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
There he goes.
Fantastic.
Boom, it launches and the game is on. And I could tell you what, fighting a tarpon, regardless of where you hook it, is always exciting and fun, especially when that thing comes up and takes to the air.
George's Tackle Locker, brought to you by King Sailfish, the pioneer of catch and release mounts. Visit kingsailfish.com.
Engel's new B25 high-performance backpack cooler offers convenience, functionality, and the company's reputation for keeping the cold over extended periods of time. Weighing 3.5 pounds, the 25-quart capacity cooler can accommodate up to 24 12-ounce cans. There's even an integral bottle opener. The backpack cooler features 1-inch closed-cell foam insulation, seams that are welded, not sewn, and a thermoplastic urethane laminated exterior. All this enhances the cooler's durability as well as its cold and ice retention. Air can also be purged through a patented vacuum valve. A roll-top closure makes a watertight seal and an alternative carry method when buckled upright. There are also 3 grab handles for short carries. For long hauls, a foam padded back support and ventilated mesh padded shoulder and chest straps deliver support and comfort.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is proudly brought to you by the Florida Keys and Key West. Come as you are. ACR, the leader in marine safety electronics. Papa's Pilar Artesian Crafted Rum. never a spectator. VMC, your expert in hooks. King Sailfish, the pioneer of catch and release mounts. Visit kingsailfish.com.
Looking for a little rest and relaxation while in the lower Florida Keys? A recently opened park will provide that and then some. Florida Keys County Commissioner Michelle Lincoln gives us a quick tour of Pine Channel Nature Park on Big Pine Key.
We're at a brand new park. Tell me all about it.
Yes, this is Pines Channel Nature Park, which is a mouthful. But what it really is an awesome park that is set in the woods by the water, and it's a nature trail, and it's a place where you can get in the water and splash around. You can launch a paddleboard or a canoe, or just sit out like some people are doing and under a tiki hut and have a picnic.
From leisure to lunacy, Tim Carlisle decides to fish an oceanside flat, but a bridge throws us a curveball. After a tight passage under a bridge, a big zero on the oceanside flat, we decided to return to the barn. But first, Tim gives us a bit of history on the burnt-out Tarpon Creek Bridge.
And this is the original bridge?
This is the old Tarpon Creek Bridge, and it's burnt down now. So all the way across here, it was you could get across here, and that was US 1. It went all the way around.
When did this go down?
This went down in probably 66, 67. It went down. This bridge was set on fire a long time ago because the guy wanted to get his boat through here with a T-top. He had a too big of a bridge on it, so he tried to burn it down. Yeah.
As we rolled into day 2, we still had high hopes for a shot at another tarpon.
And day 2 came along. We go right to an area. He said, the tide's just right. There are some rollers. I made the pitch out.
Real shallow here.
Whoop, there you go.
Nope. That could have been.
Oh, that's a tarpon. You got him.
A 10-pound test.
Yeah, okay.
It might be a while. Oh, man. Coming off the bow and the shallow here. It's like you can see him coming off the bottom. There he is right here. Look at this. He's going to come up.
There you go.
Oop, there's a shark's after him. Oh, boy.
That's all right. You're all right. Yeah, I seen the swirl that time, George, and I knew it wasn't a small snapper.
Yeah, that's for sure. Coming around here, mister. All right. You get on the fish. Here he comes.
There you go. Beautiful.
That's just what we need. Fill him a little more air, right? Yeah, he's the. I don't know if he.
Okay.
Sam, that is so awesome.
Nope.
No, that is so awesome, too.
Perfect.
And you said that's why that light leader, look where this was caught.
Yeah.
I kept that from, feel how the fray's still.
Is it frayed?
It's, he had maybe another
couple more
half a run, maybe. I don't know if it's that. I'm going to take this out, all right?
Go ahead.
Oh, man, this thing is
look at
frayed.
the picture, George, of it.
Off to the races.
Okay.
Everything worked out well, and we were on the board once again. What a terrific way to start that morning. Tim Carlisle, they don't make gentlemen like Tim anymore. I've got to tell you, he's old school in his fishing ways, where everything is in his head and on his eyes. He knows that area back there like few other anglers. Knows the fish, knows the tides, and he'll make fun of you. And you make fun of him. It's just like two old friends getting together, having a thoroughly good time. He's a gentleman, first and foremost, an exceptional guy, and you can see why he's a living legend in these parts, beyond all the great catches that he puts people on.
And it hadn't been for my girlfriend, I've been shook up a little bit, because she really lit up my life. I'd say her name's Judy Kemp, and I met her in the post office, and it was just like love at first sight. And she is just the sweetest thing. I just wish you all would be able to meet her. She's the love of my life, and that makes me feel good. And it makes me want to keep fishing and not just keep on doing what I'm doing. You know, and you're by yourself for 5 years and stuff like that, and you're still fishing, but I tell you something, a woman is a beautiful thing. It really is.
If you want to keep track of our fishing adventures, we welcome you to follow us on our social media. I'm on Facebook at facebook.com/George.Poveromo. I'm on Instagram at George Poveromo. And you can see our shows in 4K broadcast quality on YouTube at my YouTube channel, which is George Poveromo TV. Jump aboard and ride along with us.